All right, A2, slope. The slope M of a line containing 2 points with coordinates x1, y1, x2, y2 is given by the formula. So the general idea and the long little adage for slope is rise over run, which is a nice little way to remember it, and it sounds cool because they're both R words, but really it's not always rising, sometimes it's falling. So I like to say rise, fall over run. In other words, you know, the up, down over the left and right, which way it's going. So the up, down always goes on top. Now, the mathematical way of saying this is M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? You might have heard yum-yums on the picnic table, because if you don't put the letters in, now there's your picnic table, and here are your yum-yums. Okay? And the bottom looks like a picnic table. But order doesn't really matter. So you could actually do y1 minus y2 as long as you do x1 minus x2. Okay? And we'll do examples of this. Now, it says find 2 exact points in the graph. We actually have 3. We have one there, we have one here, and one here. You can do the slope formula with any 2 of these 3 points. It doesn't matter. But I want to show you how, if it's ever graphed like this, you don't even need to use the formula. You can just count. So, for example, I'm going to start at the top. And remember, it's always up, down first. So how do I get from this point to this point? Well, I go down 1, down 2, down 3. Down 3. And then I go left 1. Left 1. That's the same thing as positive 3. But look, I can go back the other way. I can go up 1, up 2, up 3, and right 1, because right is positive. Right? Positive goes this way, negative, positive, negative. So up and right are positive, down and left are negative. So you can do that when you have a graph. Now, there might be times, though, where we just give you the points and say, oh, this point is 2, 1, and you don't have a picture, and you have 1, negative 2. Do the formula with these 2 points. That's what we're going to do. So, if it helps you, label x, y, x, y. And if you want to label 1 or 2, I usually just say wherever I'm starting, I put a little star. So, 1 minus negative 2. Be careful with that negative 2 there. Okay, you're subtracting a negative. And then, since I started with the top one, I need to do 2 minus 1. I cannot go round robin. Well, that leads to 3 over 1, which is just 3. Okay? But I could have done that with these 2 points also. Also, because look, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Down 1, down 2, down 3. Left 1, negative 1. Same thing. And check this out. I could go from this one down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down 6, left 2. What does that end up being? Still 3. So there's a lot of ways to do this. Okay, example 2. Find 2 exact points. Now here they're not highlighted, are they? So you have to look carefully and see that I have a point, whoops. I have a point right here, I have a point right there, exact one right there, right here, and right here. Now again, I can just count because I'm looking at a graph. So I can go down 1, down 2, right 1, 2, 3. And that's negative 2/3 slope. Notice though, I could have gone up 1, 2, left 1, 2, 3. That'd be negative. Notice I still have a negative fraction. Now here's a way to remember negative or positive. If you write your name on the line and it's going downhill, it's negative. If you write your name on the line and it's going uphill, it's positive. Now, let's do the actual math here. Let's pick any 2 points. Let's do the ones I did. So I have 0.01. Okay? And I have 3, -1. Now, just to show you, I can start at either point. I'm going to start at this one this time. But remember, I have to do y minus y and x minus x. I have to go the same direction. So -1 minus 1 and 3 minus 0. What does that give me? -2 over 3, which we already got from counting. Pretty easy. All right, find the slope. Now this time you can't count, you have to do the math. If it helps you to line them up underneath, like so, go ahead and do that. And if you want to mark which one you're starting with, that helps. And if it helps to put x and y to keep it in order, because I'll tell you right now, one of the most common mistakes is x minus x over y minus y. Flipping your picnic table. And all your food's on the ground and the ants are going to eat it. So, I'm going to start with my y, 3 minus 4. And then my x is 5 minus 3. 3 minus 4 is -1. 5 minus 3 is 2. That is a -1/2 slope. Now, if I would have gone the other way, and that's okay, I could have done 4 minus 3 and 3 minus 5. I just would have gotten 1 on top and -2 on the bottom, but still a negative slope. Hit pause if you need to. Okay, I'm going to put -2, 9 here. Pick one to start with. I'm going to start here. So I'm going to do 5 minus 9. And then I'm going to do -4, careful, minus a -2, which becomes plus. 5 minus 9 is -4. And -4 plus 2 is -2. And that ends up being positive 2 over 1 or just straight 2. Now, the reason we usually write it as 2 over 1 is because this reminds us that we're going up 2 and we have to go right 1. All right, do you notice anything about these lines? Okay, find the slopes. Well, since they're on here, I'm just going to count. 1, whoa, that was out too far. 1, 2, so line A is 2 on top and 1 on the bottom, so 2 over 1. Line B, 1, 2 on top and 1 to the right on the bottom. Okay, the slopes are the same. They have the exact same slope. And notice, to remind yourself, they're both positive. They're both going uphill when I write my name. So, what we call these are parallel. And the symbol for parallel lines is that. So we could say line A is parallel to line B. They have the same slope. All right, let's check out these two. Now notice what I have here. I have a slightly positive one, and then I have a negative one. So right at the bat, I know that, we didn't label which one is line A and B. Let's call this line A and this B. So right at the bat, we know that A is going to be negative and B is going to be positive. We don't have the positive sign there. I'm just doing it for making a point. So line A, let's count from one point to another. 1, 2, 3. Down 3. So -3. Let's just start that over. -3 over 1 to the right. So it's a -3 slope. Now line B goes up 1, simple, and then it goes right 1, 2, 3. Do you notice anything about these slopes? Well, they're opposite. One positive and one negative. And they're also called reciprocals. Okay? 3 over 1 and 1 over 3 are reciprocals. Right? So we call these lines perpendicular. That's an N. And they have both opposite and reciprocal slopes. And the symbol for it is this, an upside down T. So we can say line A is perpendicular to line B. Okay? So they have to have opposite and reciprocal slopes. So combining those two, that's why we have 1/3 and negative 3 over 1. They have to be both opposite and reciprocal. Okay, so we just kind of said this. We're going to kind of put it together. Parallel lines have the same slope, and perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite of each other and reciprocal of each other. Okay, last example. The slope of a line is 6 over 11. What would be parallel to that? Well, that would be 6 over 11. What about perpendicular? Well, we have to flip it and make it negative. And it doesn't matter where you put the negative, top or bottom. Find the slope of the line through these 2 points. So we'll put 9 and 3 here. I'm going to say I'm starting with this one, and I'm going to do y's first, 3 minus 7 over 9 minus negative 4. This becomes plus. 3 minus 7 is negative 3. Sorry, my bad. Negative 4. And 9 plus 4 is 13. So what would be parallel to that? Again, parallel is the same thing. So negative 4 over 13, or 4 over negative 13. You can even have a negative out front, but if you're plotting it, you need a top or bottom. What's the slope of a perpendicular line? Positive 13 over 4. So flip it and change the sign. And that's it.